All right, so you replace the gearbox in your pickup or SUV. It's a four-wheel drive, and you think, oh, hey, I'm just swapping gearboxes. I'm not really messing with the alignment very much. Um, Here. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Anytime you do anything with the steering, it throws everything off. And some of that is due because of your old components were worn and damaged. So when you put new components in that are in good shape and working properly, you're no longer in alignment because of how much the old components were damaged. This is why you have to do an alignment after you replace anything with the steering component, whether it be Pitman arm, tie rod end, inner or outer. Anytime you do anything with that particular setup in the steering, if you have a steering rack and you replace the rack, you have to get in alignment because you're messing with the tie rod ends. So anytime you do anything with the steering, just assume you need to do an alignment always. Another way you can tell that you have steering issues, guys, is we tend to look at the tires. So when we're looking at tires, what we're looking for is chopping, or if our sidewalls are getting chewed down faster than the rest of the tire. So on this particular tire, guys, we can see this sidewall is getting ate alive. And it's actually sharp on this end, but dull on this end. What that's telling me is that it's shaving the tread because of improper alignment. Not only that, but we had weird chopping going this way across the tire. What that tells me is we're pulling the tire. The reason the tires get pulled is 9 times out of 10 due to bad steering components, whether that be a Pitman arm, an idler arm, or a steering rack that's in bad shape and has a lot of play in it. Anytime your steering wheel flops, like you have a lot of play between where the vehicle actually turns, when you have a lot of play in this, that tells you there's something wrong. That's a warning sign to you to get your steering checked. So if you have to turn the wheel a lot to go straight, get it in and get it checked, especially on newer vehicles, because newer vehicles, they should be tight. There should be very little movement needed to correct how the vehicle goes straight. This one got really sloppy, and towards the tail end, it got to the point that I didn't trust other people driving it. I knew how to drive it and how to be safe with it, but it got to the point that the average person, I wouldn't feel safe even letting them drive this. And that's when all the alarm bells should go off and you should get it fixed. So when you start noticing a lot of play, don't mess with it, get it in, get it checked. If you're doing it yourself, what you need to do is have somebody sit in the driver's seat and wiggle the wheel. You can do this with it running, you can do it with it shut off, but you do need to have the column unlocked. So make sure the key is in and the column is unlocked. Just move it back and forth slowly between the points of where it stops. Like, you don't want the wheel to turn, but you want to see what is moving underneath there and what isn't. So what I mean by what is moving and what isn't is there is a steering shaft that goes down to your gearbox, held in with a single bolt. That bolt is going into either the steering rack or the steering gear. Unless you have electronic steer, we'll cover that in a different video, guys. But for this particular case, not electric steer, it goes into the gearbox. From the gearbox, it comes out to an arm. That arm is attached to a bar if you have a gearbox. If you have a rack and pinion, it goes into the rack and pinion, and then that moves the wheel. But through that, you have fluid and all that other stuff. We're not concerned about that. What we're chasing is where is the play in it. So if you have a steering rack and somebody's wiggling it back and forth, you can see the rod turning that goes into the gearbox, but you don't see the wheels move. The problem's internal in the rack, meaning you've got to replace the steering rack. Oftentimes, steering racks will leak before you have to replace them. Guys, that one over there has a leaking steering rack. That's why it's still here. That's why we're still working on it. This one had a bad gearbox, but it wasn't just the gearbox. What went bad was the Pitman arm knuckle went bad, and started beating up the gearbox to where the gearbox had play in it. So because we had to change all of that over, our alignment got goofed up. So how would we fix that? Well, first of all, we need to put those tires on turntables. Turntables allow the wheels to turn. We can go underneath to our tie rod ends. I'll get you guys around. So tie rod ends are right there. You'll loosen up those tie rod ends and adjust the steering wheel. Now, how can you do this and make sure you're accurate? Well, you can either get some affordable tools online that allow you to attach a pedestal across that allows you to run tape measures, and you can measure out your front end old school style. Or you take it to a fancy shop with all their fancy tools and they hang fancy sensors on it that they bang around 100 times a day and that are not accurate. A lot of this stuff can happen from alignment shops not recalibrating their alignment tools. I get frustrated with shops that don't do a recalibration at least once a week because they do so many alignments and they bang those sensors around so much that they are not accurate. I have brought vehicles back from the alignment shop and they've been a 1/4 inch toed in. What that does to the tires is it literally tears the tires up. You have to be within a 1/16 if you want to make sure you get longevity out of your tires. If it's pushed in too far, you're just going to tear your tires up. And that's come directly from an alignment shop. And when I find those shops, I don't go back there because that tells me that they're not recalibrating their stuff. Old school is the best, but you got to know how to do it. When you think you have your front end straight, you could run this up on turntables, mark the bottom of the turntable with a washable marker, straighten out your wheel, remark it to where it is with the wheel straight. You lock that wheel, and then you adjust those tie rod ends. On a deal like this, when we turn that wheel, it's going to push that wheel out this way. We're going to have to bring this one in and that one out to straighten this